I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey, thanks so much for joining me on today's video as we lap the Daytona 500 round and round and round we go. We might have done it in this here, right? Circa 1981. How cool is this piece? Remember that less than 3% of Trans Am builds for that year, 3%, are these Daytona 500 Pace Car replicas. They are great looking. That's why you're looking at it, and that's why we have it here, because it is that. Also, too, they get these cool Recaro interiors. This one has documented low miles. We're using something today that many people say, oh, that car has original paint, original paint. Well, listen, unless you got this, you don't know. Well, how do I know that I know? Well, because this measures the thickness of the paints in millionths of an inch. So as we move around the car and we check things, we can tell electronically, we can verify electronically that this right here will tell us what we have for original paint and things like that. Now that makes this car a super cool piece. All right, with mostly original paint on this car, the paint quality is really, really very nice. We know for a fact that we painted the front and rear bumpers. It's common for these cars because they're urethane, and you need to get those done. So we did that so you'd get a nice car. You didn't want the ugliness of all the what happens to those. So this really good, really nicely done. And then I think the color combination with the call outs of the decals and all of those things. And again, if you don't love this part here, these are all removable. Some people turn them actually into magnetic signs they put on for shows and what have you, and they take those things off of there. So that can easily be done. And then lastly, these are the original center caps. You'll get those with the car. We ordered a new set. I think they're due here tomorrow. So I just arrived. I want to get the video out and what have you. So those will be on there and they'll look really, really good. They will definitely make the car pop. And lastly, I'd like to talk about paint quality. White doesn't show up great in video, but let's at least try to do that and see where you can see how nice and crisp the letters are. You can see the sealing in the paint. I'm looking at the ceiling lights in the paint and the ceiling itself, and I'm seeing the detail of that. That means to me that's going to be a shiny car when you get that car. All right, so you want to know what's happening under the hood? Well, you don't have to guess, right? Here we're telling you, normal, medium, and high, right there in your face. Boom, how you doing? And what does that mean? Well, what it means is it talks about this right here. Almost 5 liters of turbocharged V8. These cars, for some people, got bad raps because they felt that they weren't as powerful as the 400 that is in there. However, they make just the same amount of power as a 400, if not a little bit more. I've driven all those cars, and these especially go really well. Plus, you can get some modifications out of it too. You can up the turbo boost. You can do all kinds of things to make more power out of these. They drive great. Plus, they weigh significantly less than some of the other stuff. Air conditioning, power 4-wheel disc brakes, fast ratio power steering, detailed under here so that if you wanted to go to a car show, you could show that off. The heat shielding is still in place for the turbocharger unit right there, right? I get so excited about this because I know going to a car show, no one ever gets to see a factory turbocharged V8. I want you to think about that for a second. Don't minimize it because there's very few of these. Again, that's why there's only 3% of these built. Beautifully done under the hood. You know, it's interesting, 99% of the people, before we get into the trunk part, know the Trans Am when they see it. For instance, this is Trans Am style. That blacked out treatment right here, the splitter exhaust pipes, front and rear spoilers, right? This was a performance car. They'd go well. They raced them at the track. In the package shelf here, it has the correct speakers. Why do I say that's important? Well, because we have an authentic car. We want to keep it original. A lot of times people will mount the speakers on top, and you'll see those big speakers. That's not the correct way to do it. The correct way to do it is put the grills on top and mount the speakers from underneath so they don't stick up and say Sony Explode on them. Maybe you get a great sound system, but people won't see that it's been modified. Secondly, we got this here. This is an important piece, and I don't want to minimize it for a second because this is original, right? We have original paint here, original jacking instructions, space saver tires in here with the little nipples that are still on it, maybe have never even been used, right? T-top bags. We took the T-tops off. We'll put those in here and put them in the trunk, show you what that looks like. And then this is nice too because they hide the trunk lock. behind here next to the gas cap. So you got all that too. Boom, bitty boom. And then you, of course, you have that final look of a muscle car. All right, I love this shot, man. You're walking up to your cool car, right? You're going, man, I love this car. Say to the boss, hey, it's Friday. I want to, do you mind if I check out early? It's 4 o'clock. They're like, yeah, you did a great job this week. Get on out of here. And then you go and you walk up to your car and you get in and you shut off the feed. Well, tell me what that means when you say shut off the feed. All right, I'll tell you what I mean. When I say shut off the feed, Facebook, text messages, email, all that stuff you're getting all the time, right? That's annoying noise. I want you to be able to do that. This also has the here. I want you to hear that. That is cool. I forgot to do that when I opened the door. That's the key and buzzer, still works. That is so rare for that to even do that. It's amazing, right? All right, so then you have tilt wheel. We have almost every option you could possibly get. T-tops, power windows, power locks, air conditioning, full array of gauges, right? 85 mile an hour speedometer, because that was a law back then, and a 6,000 RPM tach. Even the clock that's inside the tach is working. These are the little touches, right, that make a difference. The original AM/FM Delco cassette is still here with the digital timer working too. This has the gauges that we talked about there, and then also too the Recaro seats. This is a big deal. It kind of separates these cars from all the others. These are super expensive, and they're on these cars only in these colors, and so then you know you're getting something special, and that, my friends, is a cool piece of history. This makes a great rumble, man, and you know what? When they're original, for some reason, they just seem to run and operate everything just better. I don't know why. Starts up nice and crisp, and it's got a great sound. Check it out. All right, so where do these cars shine? Well, they really shine. First off, you give them some gas, listen to that. You got some turbo boost and that goes nicely. But where they really shine is that they handle well. The WS6 packages, you know, with the big brakes, sway bars. Look at this. And it rides nice, and it's not rattly, and it's not old, and it doesn't feel old or smell old. It's really an awesome, awesome car. This could even be a daily driver, believe it or not. That's how comfortable these Recaro seats are. And then we have all of the accoutrements, the luxury accoutrements, meaning the windows and locks and the tilt wheel. This is just great. Easy, easy driving, super nice. I love when the turbo comes on, you can really feel it. And it makes that great little howl. I wanted to take you on these back roads here, some curves, enjoy some of this driving experience that you get. Most muscle cars could never go around a corner. Look at this. It's got some nice rumble out the back from the V8 and the turbo. How you doing? We're heading down the pipe. Boom. Is this awesome or what? Wow, this is really, really nice. You're gonna love this car. You're gonna really, really like it. I'm super impressed. I had no idea. Anyway, thanks for riding with me today. Get me out of work for a little while, going for a little fun test drive, winding on some back roads. I really appreciate that. And if you don't mind, hit the like button down below. That helps get our message out. I really appreciate that. Share it with your friends. They might see something they like on there as well. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got new stuff coming out all the time. And I'll see you on the next drive. That was a good ride, was it not? I told you they were pretty fast. Anyway, when you get a great suspension like this, big brakes, big tires, like look at the size of the wheel and tire package on here. This is a handling car. Anyway, then we throw in that it was born to be a collector's car. You say, Tone, what does that mean? How do you even know stuff like that? Well, I don't know that, but I do know this. If there's only 3% of these built out of all the Trans Am that year, it was already destined to be a collector car. It was the most expensive car they sold in this model, and on top of it, it has virtually every single option you could get. We looked at it. We have so much original paint on the car. We looked at the original interior. We looked at the low mileage of it. This is a collector piece and a cool piece because they're only original once, right? You can always restore a car, but the fact that this is mostly original makes this super, super cool.